Hi, I'm Father Miles Sheehan. I'm a Jesuit priest and currently the provincial of the New England province of the Society of Jesus. By training, I'm a physician who earned specialty certification in internal medicine and geriatrics, the medical care of the elderly. Although I no longer practice medicine because of the demands of my current position, I'd like to share with you, especially the older viewers of Catholic TV and those who love them, some thoughts about aging. In Massachusetts, there will be a ballot initiative this year to legalize physician-assisted suicide, with proponents of this measure seeking to add Massachusetts to the states of Oregon and Washington, where physicians can assist their patients in taking their own lives in certain circumstances. I am against this measure, not only because it violates both the Fifth Commandment and the responsibility of all doctors to preserve life, but because I think it is a poor response to the fears that so many have in facing the end of life. Many people, particularly older folks with chronic illness, are afraid of dying on machines in a hospital, dying in pain, being a burden on their loved ones, and in short, dying a lonely, protracted, uncomfortable death. It does not need to be that way. Advances in healthcare, better training for doctors and nurses, and the ability for individuals to prepare advance directives can limit those fears. Dying reasonably is a difficult thing for anyone to consider when the death is one's own. But let's be clear. Pain due to cancer and other life-threatening conditions can and should be aggressively treated. In our Catholic tradition, we're allowed to refuse burdensome treatments that provide limited benefits, particularly for those who are obviously facing the end of life and have recurrent crises that make it clear the outcome is poor. There is no obligation to accept aggressive treatments, like having a machine breathe for you, or other interventions that are invasive and will likely simply prolong the dying process. I'd urge you to consider the example of John Paul II. He died in his own bed, in his apartment at the Vatican, surrounded by people who cared for him. He died a natural death. John Paul II did not go to the hospital in his last days, did not have aggressive life-prolonging measures, and instead received good care in his home. Some good Catholics mistakenly think one has to do everything, including the most aggressive technological interventions. You do not need to be more Catholic than the Pope. In facing the end of life and the desire of those who would have us allow assisted suicide, do not be afraid. As Catholics, we have a better way, the way of love, good medical care, compassionate caregivers, and treatments that serve to limit physical and emotional distress while ensuring adequate spiritual care.